Hello everybody, welcome to Daily Sip. My name is Oliver. My mission is to bring you closer to organic Japanese green tea, and today I'm gonna dive into why I like to drink the tea Kamairicha. Now we're entering into the autumn time. So when we are thinking about autumn or winter, colder days, a little bit shorter days, actually what I am feeling personally is that I tend to have a little bit more the need for a tea which is a little bit stronger in taste, which is not that fresh, but brings a little bit more sweeter notes, but also a little bit more kind of this caramel or maybe even chocolatey notes, or cinnamon notes, something, so kind of quite winter notes which are strong, but still kind of a little bit spicy as well at the same time. And there are different teas which you can actually drink, but today I want to dive into one specific tea, and this is the Kamairicha. So Kamairicha, what it is actually, it is a tea that is slightly roasted, so half roasted, semi-roasted. You can call how you like, but in the end what is important is that when you dive into Japanese green tea, you can also dive into roasted teas, but these teas don't have to be fully roasted, they can also be partially roasted. And so we were visiting the farmer Mr. Issin, and he showed us a little bit around his farm, and he's mainly known for his beautiful tea, which is a Kamairicha. And with the Kamairicha, what is important that this tea is only kind of semi-roasted, which means that the roasting time at the end of the tea production, so normally you just heat the tea waves to get the last water out, so there are different steps in the tea production, and over time the water content goes out, and in the end the tea should have around 4 to 6%. But in the last step, instead of just warming the teas and get the last water out but still keeping it green, it's a little bit hotter. There we talk around 100 degrees Celsius, and then only for a shorter amount of time, around 30 minutes, and then you get actually a roasted tea called Kamairicha. And when we look at the leaves, so here we can see the leaves, they are a little bit curled, so there's even one production process less involved, and here you can see that they're a little bit curled, so there's not this rolling of the leaves, but more kind of the curling of the leaves, which is made with kind of a huge brush. And this is typical also for the tea of Mr. Issin and the Kamairicha itself, so it's more kind of rolled in the end, so we have a little bit this curly shape, which is important. And this is the tea then which comes as a result of this production process of this half roasting of the tea. The tea itself is easily brewed, so you can just take water 75 degrees Celsius today I used. So here we're around 165, 170 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit, sorry, Celsius. If you have 165 degrees Celsius water, then you're a magician. But no, here we are talking about really the tea which is then brewed with this not too hot water. This tea can be for some people a little bit astringent, so we have had some feedback that the tea might be a little bit too astringent. So if you are very kind of sensitive on the more astringent notes of the tea, then try to do it with a lower temperature. You can even go down to 60 degrees Celsius, 140 Fahrenheit, and then you have actually a beautiful tea which you are drinking. So 1 minute is enough. I think we are already through with that minute, and we just gonna pour this, and you will see this tea has more of a golden color, so it's not this typical intense green color which you, for example, get from a fukamushi, so a deeper steam tea. Here we are really with the golden tea, kind of the liquid, which is also a little bit known for the Chinese tea, and it is also said that this is more the Chinese method. So due to the heating and the heating of the leaves without using the steaming or steaming the leaves, but heating it up at the same time, this then makes this tea a little bit more in the Chinese direction, which you can maybe get from a gunpowder or something like that. So it has a little bit more these notes of a Chinese tea, Slightly roasted flavors, which you, when you drink a sencha, fukamushi sencha, which is only in the steam bath, is not the case. So here, with this one here, we have a little bit more the Chinese flavor in it. In terms of flavor, it's an interesting tea because as it is only half roasted, it still has a nice green, kind of a little bit of a spinachy note, but it is followed very fast by these roasted notes. I get a lot of caramel with it, then a little bit of nuttiness, so a little bit more of almonds, roasted almonds even. So you get slightly a little bit more of this kind of more intense roasted flavors, but there's also a certain astringency with it. As the sweetness is a little bit dimmed down and goes more into roasted, I assume that it gives a little bit more space for the catechins, so more the astringent particles. So it's quite a refreshing tea at the same time. But what I really like is it's quite taste intensive, so it's not light, it's not kind of fresh, but much more in this kind of, the roasted almond notes are much more present than the green, a little bit spinachy notes, which I explained to you before. So definitely a tea which suits very well in wintertime. Especially in the last week, I started to drink it more and more. And now, as I wanted a flavorful tea, this is definitely a tea I would recommend to drink also during autumn time. There are also different teas. I will definitely go also in the more kind of autumn-like teas. I will present them to you. And this was now the first one. This is the Kamairicha. And if you want to test it out, we have it on our webshop, neoteas.com, and you can try it out. We put the link below as well. So this is definitely an autumn tea which we recommend, or which I recommend, because it has just a little bit more of this roasted, a little bit stronger autumn flavors. So perfect for either autumn or winter time. Good, this was this. I hope you liked it. Thanks a lot for watching and see you. Bye bye.